Welcome, everybody, to the weekly wrap-up with Iohn and Yancy. My name is John Haynes, and I'm here with my co-host and friend, Yancy Seals.
What up, everybody? How you guys doing? And I am not George Santos. Hey, John, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really well. Who's George Santos? I mean, oh yeah.
We don't know.
Which one? I know we don't really know who he is. We don't know who he is, but he is in Congress. He is in Congress. I can tell you that.
Walking around the halls.
Yes, answering questions on what do you say, on a couple of committees too.
Yeah.
I mean, hey. Oh man, that's such a disgrace. That is such a disgrace to me, to our whole Constitution, to everything.
It really is. It really is.
It's a slap. I mean, it really is. It's a hard ass slap in the face, man.
You got this lying ass dude walking around lying his ass off, and now you want him to represent you, and hopefully he tells the damn truth. And this is the reason why people don't care about congressmen and Congress and the Supreme Court, because they lying, man. They've been lying.
They've been lying a lot. Okay, and one of the things that's really bugging me is that they want to tell us that there's a rule of law. There's no rule of law. Not when this person, Santos, whoever he is, because he's used several last names, that he is basically a grifter. Okay, the guy's a liar. He's a cheat. He lied his way into being voted in to Congress. Now, how can this dude, when you look at this and you figure out that this man was nothing that he said, but they're going to keep him in Congress?
Yeah.
And McCarthy is again, he's a sack of shit, just like what's his name said he is. I'm like, come on, man, you can't let this happen, but it's happening.
McCarthy's been bent over the goddamn pervio desk. They bent his ass over, and now he don't even run the damn place. Martha, you got Green on the goddamn Homeland Security.
Homeland Security. She should not even be in Congress. There are laws.
Insurrection.
Yeah, I know. There's laws. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's not that we're guessing. She was involved. The law says if you're involved in that type of activity, you cannot be in Congress. They have to expel you. But this woman is still there, and she sits on the Homeland Security Committee. Really?
Oh, yeah. She's going after him. She's going after the Secretary of Homeland Security. She said she's gonna bring him up on an impeachment. Whether he gets convicted, it's not gonna happen because you can't find 2/3 of the Senate to do that. It won't happen.
But the thing is that they're going to disrupt. They're going to disrupt, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. And to people who do not do research, they're going to cause them to have questions. Now, listen, I question everything the government tells me. Okay, I do research on it. Okay, but you can't just say that, oh, okay, what they say is right, or what they say is wrong. I mean, you have to actually do a little research. But with her on, just think about this. This woman is going to be on the Committee of Homeland Security that's supposed to protect us against the insurrection that she helped plan the last time.
Yeah.
This time she'll be real good at it.
Yeah. So what's your problem, John? What's the problem? The problem?
Yeah, right. The problem is that they even have her there, that she's even in there. The problem is that the insurrection is, like I said last week, these people are running the asylum now. Okay, so there is no rule of law for real.
No,
there's just not.
Man, the wheels are off the clown car. It's just sitting in the middle of the goddamn street, and clowns running around the damn car.
And and these people they're real. It's in Congress. I'm like, wait a minute, but this is what's happening. Okay, and then you have this the Santos guy who. I don't know who he is, but he's in. Who paid for that? Who paid for his candidacy? That's what they're looking at.
That's what they're looking at right now. See if there's any campaign fraud.
Oh, come on, man. There is.
Of course there is, because he said, where in the hell did he get $775,000 to lend to his campaign?
Yeah, no.
When just a couple months ago, he said he was only making $55,000.
55 G's, and that was it. Now, how the hell you do that? I mean, I don't know, but see, this is what I'm saying. this is a lot deeper than what we really understand, and what most of us are really willing to even entertain in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this is what is real serious, that these people have taken over our I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, because it's real. They've taken over the government, or they're actually using the loopholes and using the rules that we have, or that we don't have, in order to stay in power. Like, there's no way that this.
I'm gonna push back on you just a tad bit, John.
Go ahead, please do, please do.
I don't know if there is a law that they're following. You just indicate that they're following the rules of law to get this. This is pure bullshit. This is no law.
Yeah.
They're creating a law, and the problem is you got an AG in there who's scared as hell to pull their chain.
Man, that's the problem. Yes, you are right. And I said this all along. When they said Merrick Garland, I was like, no, wrong.
He's a person. Judge. He's not a prosecutor.
He's not. And then listen. All of a sudden, he jumps up. Oh, we have to have a special person over the Biden. Real quickly, he assigned someone to oversee that. Okay, when it came to Trump, what's happening with him, with Donald Trump? Why are you so focused on Biden, which is bad? I'm gonna tell y'all straight. I don't know. My problem is who's actually running the department that keeps these secret files. Who's actually running that damn department? And why didn't we know these were out? Those are operational questions. But that's some of the things that has to be talked about.
Yeah. I mean, we need to have some stopgap measures in place. And we have nothing in place.
Nothing.
People just do what the hell they want to do. See, now's the time to get some rules. I'm going to switch gears on you. Now's the time to get some rules in for the Supreme Court, because they got problems over there too. They do whatever the hell they want to do. They need rules. We all need rules to follow by, and we need to follow them. Everyone, not just some people.
You are 110% correct, my brother. You are. That it is now time for the Supreme Court to actually put a structure around them. Yeah. Like you don't just do whatever you want. Like, you don't just rule on a subject that you have personal involvement in. Okay, right. That you're supposed to not be able to rule on, but you do it anyway.
Right.
Okay.
Clarence
Thomas needs to be completely. They should just put him out. Well, censure him or whatever they do. Right, but nothing's happening to him.
Actually, what they can do is they can impeach him, make him answer some questions, and then if the questions come to a position they feel like they can get a conviction, they can pull a whole Senate and present to the Senate. See if
to see whether or not it should happen. That's the thing.
It should happen. It should.
That's the thing. It's not like I hate Clarence Thomas. It's not like that. It's like, look what he did. Look, does that break a law or a rule? Does that in any way and form make you think that something may be up? And if it is, then you have to go after it. But they're not paying. They are paying attention. What they're showing us is that there really aren't any rules for them, but for us there is. But for them there is not, and that's a problem. That's a problem. And that, my friend, I really think this is going to be the total end of our democracy, because it's already there. We just haven't seen the fighting in the streets yet, but it's already there. And there's really nothing to fight about, because you know what? As long as they're in charge, they're going to win. I mean, look what you got. Who's going to, you got Marjorie Taylor Greene on Homeland Security.
Yeah. Who's the guy from Ohio? Who's the other guy who got a good weight?
Oh man, on Ways and Means, come on. And they could just cut the funding out of anything. Yeah,
Jim Jordan is the same guy who refused to answer his subpoena.
Mm-hmm.
He answered the subpoena, and now he has the power to send out subpoenas.
No, I would not answer a damn thing he sent out to me. Not at all. I'm gonna tell you straight. If Congress sent me a subpoena right now, I'd say, the hell with you. I ain't answering it.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean,
what's good? I will.
That's right.
When Trump answers, I will.
Come on, man. But see, this is the point that we're getting at in America. And it's very serious. And I know people don't like to listen to it. They like to hear it. It's right after the holidays. They want to get back to, some type of normal routine. But it's not going to be your normal routine. Have you checked out how these large corporations are laying off employees? Large corporations, man. Yes, they're laying employees off.
Google laying out 12,000.
Yeah, just bam.
Microsoft laying out 21,000.
Okay. Yes. I mean,
something's going on.
Something's happening, and we better pay attention. And if you work for one of those companies, you better look around you. Not just them, but most large corporations are laying off individual people. And what they're doing is they're contracting out. Man, I've done this before so much in my life. Corporate America is such a ridiculous threat joke. They're gonna go through this phase where they're gonna contract out until they find out that contracting out is not all that good. Then they're gonna go back into doing the same thing that they're doing before that happened. It just happens that way. I've been a contractor on that side. I've been on the other side. It is totally ridiculous, but that's what's going to happen because money's going to be being made.
You know what, man? There's only one thing that sells when cotton and peanuts wouldn't sell.
What's that? Sex. When I said what's that, I just thought about it. Yeah. Sex.
When cotton peanuts won't sell, sex is always going to sell. It'll always be a market. I'm going back into pimping. That's it. Going back.
Going back to pimping. Oh man, I tell you what, I'll when I'm going into, I'd rather do the mental pimp thing. I want to mentally pimp people. Okay, open your damn eyes, y'all. Time to get up. Yeah.
Oh boy, boy.
So this is gonna be a real good one.
yeah, man.
But seriously, it's frustrating when your eyes are open and you see this stuff. It is extremely frustrating, and so you have to look at other things because this is, if I looked at politics the way I used to, this would be insane. I would go insane because you're looking at this going, that's not supposed to happen, but it's happening. But it's not supposed, but it's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to deal with it. So I'm like, okay, no, until it's going to take about another 2 elections before we can actually get it straight again. By then, a lot of harm is going to be done to this country.
Question.
Yeah.
Now Biden got his issues with these classified documents. It just seems so convenient, man. It just seems so damn convenient. Now he got a problem. Well, you can't prosecute the president if you got documents. Hey, we definitely can't get the other one in. What are we gonna do? And it's apples and oranges. It really is.
It's totally different. It's totally different.
Yes, they both had classified documents. One had for 2 months. They told somebody. One only had 12. One had over 300 pieces.
Yeah.
And one refused to turn the shit in, so they had to go and get the shit. What are Republicans all about? Where's this illegal? So where's the search and seizure of his house? He turned him in when he found out.
They had no reason to believe that he wouldn't. They had no reason he wasn't hostile toward them. They allowed and for the House, they allowed the attorneys, and the attorneys came up with them. I mean, that's a lot different than saying they're mine and no, I'm not going to turn them in. Well, let me negotiate with you what I'm going to turn in. That right there is adversarial. And why the hell did you have him in the first place? At least when Biden had his things, he was actually in office and he was probably just doing some studying or whatever. Again, I don't know how that happens, but it happened. But with Donald Trump, he took those particular documents and he held on to them. Okay, after his presidency, that is a crime. That's another whole thing that gets to my. I'm going. Why isn't he held up for charges on it? If I did that, if you did that, we'd be at least held up on charges or arrested until they can figure it out. I mean, the truth about it, we'd be in jail. But I mean, that's why I'm saying I'm frustrated because I'm like, okay, so but they're doing it right in front of our face, and people of the United States are so weird, so I don't know. I want to say brainwashed into like right now. Oh, the Super Bowl is coming, playoffs. So what did they do in Rome? And they want to take the people's minds off of how screwed up their society was. They put the Christians in the lion cage, and everybody was wanting to go over there and watch that, and they weren't even paying attention to how their society was being totally raped. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, I don't even know. They're talking about, I haven't even, to be honest with you, and I don't have nothing against football. I haven't watched a game. I haven't watched a game yet because I have a lot of other things on my mind.
Right.
But they want you to get involved in that. They want you to get involved with soccer. Anything. Next, it'll be a big boxing match or something like that. Anything to get your mind off of what was actually happening.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not falling into that anymore.
I
mean, I enjoy a good football game, but honestly, and I this is really weird that I say this. I really enjoy soccer a lot more than I do football because of the penalties, the reviews, of this, to that, to this and that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
soccer's too fast for me.
Yeah, soccer. That's what I'm talking about.
I ain't
Soccer's
got time
like
for that.
soccer's like yeah, move it. But every time there's a play on NFL, we were watching part of the game the other night. Every time there's a play, the whistle goes off and the flag goes up. Netta said, "Oh, there's only 3 more minutes left." And I said, "Yeah, that's gonna be 15."
Yeah.
Okay, after they finish all the plays and and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't." Now basketball, I'm still a b-ball. I'm into basketball.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
but I don't know, man. So we went over to Santos. We know that this guy's a jerk and that he shouldn't even be nowhere near Congress, but he's in Congress. We talked about Biden and his mishaps. I don't listen. My thing is, I don't care how you had him. You had him. You should have sanitized it. But this is just a little too convenient for me.
Me too.
Okay, so they got to look at how all of a sudden this, after 2 years, all of a sudden this comes up. Donald Trump, I don't even have nothing else to say about him. I don't even know what else to say. I mean,
I put his ass in jail.
Yeah, he should be in jail.
Put his ass in jail.
Every day that he's out.
I can't get no simpler than that.
Every day that he's out, it pisses me off. I'm like, okay, he's not in jail.
I was listening to a news broadcast just this morning, and one of the judges had to reprimand the Trump attorneys for filing frivolous lawsuits, and they just threw out the one for him and I think it was Clinton. What's her name?
Hillary
Clinton. They threw that one out, and he reprimanded and said, "This frivolous lawsuit stuff got to stop from you guys trying to clog up the process," and that's all they're trying to do.
And that's what they do. They file these lawsuits to clog up that. They know that they're frivolous. They know that there's nothing to them. Yeah. But the court is obligated to research it. And it ties up man hours, it slows things down, it clogs things up. And that's what they're hoping happens. Yeah. Because they know they're guilty as hell. I mean,
no doubt. I think Trump is going to have a fight in his hands. Well, first of all, I think he's going to get a lot of trouble with his lady who he raped in the
that's the one that's going to get him. Watch.
Yeah, that's the one who's going to get him. I think that one's going to get him because they went round and round. At first they said they wasn't going to have no trial. They said they're going to trial. She got more evidence. They got a trial going on. That dude is going.
This woman says that she has evidence. She says that she has, I can't think of the word, but she has. I'd say again. Yeah, well, they have biological evidence. Biological evidence, man. So
she's a Monica Lewinsky in his ass.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's
a blue dress.
I know. What was I trying? You must convict. If the stain is his, you must convict. No, I mean, honestly, and that's not the first time that happened. And when you when you think about what he said, I mean, come on, man. That guy's used to doing stuff like that and getting away with it because he's rich. Okay, or perceivably rich, and hopefully he gets caught on that. I mean, that's another thing because that's another whole topic. But they should have his ass in jail for defrauding the American people. And then we got him twice impeached, but because the Senate didn't have any balls, he never was convicted, which is totally ridiculous. And, but then you got him trying to run for office again.
Oh yeah, and there's some candidates for his running mate. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh Lord.
Christy Lake.
I can't. Yeah, Christy. Oh good God, that's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene, man, you know what? I don't know what it's going to take. That's another thing for them to just shut her down. You know, I mean, she's done everything that you can do. You know, Jewish electric, Jewish laser beams, starting starting wars and burning earth and all this. And if this woman said, "Oh, if I had planned the insurrection, if I was in with the planning, we would have won because we would have been armed."
Yeah.
And I said, "Ooh, man, what was Trump telling them? I don't care whether or not the thing is they're not here to get me. Let my people in."
Let they were asking,
let my people in, when they were saying, but President, but these people are setting off alarms, the metal alarms. They can't come in. They're not here to harm me. Those were his words.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so what was the January 6th committee about again? I mean, why are we taking so long to do whatever we have to do? But Merrick Garland can jump real quick and make a special prosecutor for.
I don't understand why they got to rehash the stuff they already got. If the committee already got this and gave it to you in Chronicle of Order and videos, all the stuff, why does the DOJ need to go have another investigation, another 2 years for that? That's not.
They don't.
No sense.
They don't.
Make no sense. Yeah.
See, this is the whole thing. They don't.
No, I know.
They don't. They could do this right now. They could do it real easily right now. You know, but oh no. Now that's why I'm saying Merrick Garland, man.
John, I'm gonna say a word. I'm gonna tell you what first. Tell me what comes to your mind when I say this. Speed round. Okay. Here it goes. DeSantis.
Traitor. I think someone paid him to do it. I think it's a foreign government.
What about DeSantis, the Florida governor, DeSantis?
Oh, I'm sorry, DeSantis, the Florida governor?
You thought I said Santos.
Santos, DeSantis. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Yeah, okay, my bad. Okay, governor, I don't like him. He's gonna go against Trump, but I don't think he's gonna.
He just banned African American studies.
Studies, yes.
AP courses in high school. There's no more of that. You can have whatever you can have. You can have anything else, but you cannot have a African American studies.
Man, okay, I remember reading that. Yeah, you're right. That there's just so much going on. That, and he's banning CRT, saying that it's sometimes. Which, listen, man, critical race theory is ridiculous for them to even have any kind of problems with that, because all of this is history, and it's looking at it critically, and it's not looking at the way that they said that we should look at it, like they had with my grandkids, believing that it was a type of a contractual agreement with the Africans and the landowners in America. And so it was a contractual type of agreement, and that kind of thing.
Who's agreement with?
With the American government, or the American government, the slaveholders, at the time.
Well, I don't know if I buy that. I think is, first of all, critical race theory, from what I understand, is only taught in college settings. It's not taught in nowhere else. So that's a moot point.
Critical race theory was never intended. You have to have a master's degree.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Before you even got to that. But they made it to be like, oh my God, look what they're showing our third-year-olds, our third graders.
Yeah.
And my thing is and why not tell them the facts? I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Look, if you are ashamed of what you people did, that's okay. But you did it. And it shouldn't be where Black people have to have the burden. And I don't know how everybody else felt. And now you get me off on a tangent. When I was in school and they went, oh, it's African American much, and all of a sudden all they showed you was slaves, how dumb the slaves were, and how they got brought to America so that they could save them. And they taught us how to do the agriculture, and we were like chimps working. And I remember sitting in my 6th grade class going, why we gotta be, we were just slaves. We were just dumb people in a land, and I just felt bad.
Same thing said about the Indians.
Exactly.
Call them savages out there.
And the truth about it was they were the savages because the Europeans didn't know how to farm. The Europeans didn't even know how to sustain themselves. They were taught how to sustain themselves by the well, I'm gonna call it indigenous people of America, the United States. So we call it the United States, but whatever it should have been called. Okay, they were shown how to survive, and how did they repay that? They slaughtered a bunch of people and killed them and killed off their whole race, and then made the rest of them submit and bow down and be stuck into different parts of the country in uninhabitable lands. I mean, yeah, thank you very much. And this is it.
Ron DeSantis says that white people cannot be made to feel bad about this.
Okay, my thing is this. I don't know how you feel. I can't control how you feel. Okay, but what should be controlled are the facts. The facts that come out, the facts, they have to be verifiable, factual information that comes out to kids. And I'm really tired of people talking about, oh, the Europeans went over to save this thing. No, the Europeans were over there before. The Europeans studied there. Aristotle studied there. Socrates studied there. That's where they went, was to Africa to learn what they brought back. Okay, so no, they weren't stupid people, but they were not like I guess evil people. They were not just, they didn't think like the Europeans thought, like, hey, we could take them people and take their knowledge and exploit them. That was not into their habit or into their genealogy until this came along. Now, were there wars? Yes. Were there slaves? But and like this stupid chick Candace Owens, and you got me on one, man. Anyway, she around here saying, oh, there was slavery before. Yes, there was slavery before. Yes, there's always been slavery. Slavery is if you are what they call the booty of war. If you were in war and you lost, then some of your people became slaves. But you weren't slaves because of the color of your skin. Okay, right. That is what America. That is what the Europeans introduced. Okay, and it's just
yeah.
Woosah,
because you're
breathe.
Black. Woosah.
Yeah, no, I had to just that it gets to me, man. I'm like, it really does. I'm like, you know what? Because I'm thinking about these kids now sitting down there thinking, like, no, you know what's happening is people that were Black, African American people are brilliant. Okay, they're brilliant people, and that's what they went to get. That's why they went to learn how to farm. You have to understand that that African American people are brilliant, and they created a lot of the things in the United States that we take for granted every day.
You're right. Okay, here comes another one, John. Speed round. Ukraine.
Okay. I'm tired of giving them money. I'll be real honest with you. About that. Where does it stop? Okay. Where does it, when? How much money do you, and we're not sending money. We're actually just sending machinery. What do you buy the machinery with? Money. Shut up. Yeah. And they're not telling you that whatever we spend, whatever we send out, we have to replace with today's technology, not that technology, which is twice as much more.
Yeah. President Biden just mentioned talking about sending another $2 billion and stuff.
No, listen. Okay, here we formed NATO for this particular for this. Okay, so and I know that understand that NATO is more or less us, but those other countries have got to pick up. One thing I do understand that they have to pick up their part. I am just tired of the United States paying people like this. I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead.
Anyway, something was going on. Anyway, usually when that happens, that means there's an emergency. But I'm tired of paying them. I'm really tired of paying them, and that's just it. I think we
have too many incidences here in the United States that need money, that need clothes. There's poor, there's homeless out there. All that money that we sent over there, what do you think we could have done here in the United States?
We could have done a whole lot of stuff in the United States, man, to help people of the United States, other than just spending money. Like, again, you got people. Have you seen the picture of the people in Oakland, living underneath the underpass. It looks like a third world tent area.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got people. No, I think that if we would take that money again, if President John would be like saying, "Hey, look, guess what? We have problems here in the United States, and we're going to help you guys once we get our people straightened out. You know, and once we get them straightened out, then we're going to go ahead and negotiate or renegotiate what we've been doing before. But right now, I can't be giving billions of dollars away to another country while we've got people sleeping on the ground out here on the floor out here and freezing and dying, and especially over healthcare and stuff. No,
need medicine, need mental health help, everything. It don't make no sense to me. It's absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy.
That to me is insane. That to me is degradation of duty. I mean, you're not doing what we ask you to do. You're not fulfilling the promise of your office. You know, that is just ridiculous.
Right. Now I got a quick question. This is basically for Donald Sparks. So Donald Sparks, if you're listening, brother, please comment in the comment section and explain this to us people who just don't know this industry. Tell me why they're charging the other guy, what's his name, the actor, for involving manslaughter.
He's on Saturday Night Live and everything. I forgot his name. Yeah. Why? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Why are they charging him with involuntary manslaughter? He had nothing to do with the gun. Yeah, he pulled the trigger. Is it his responsibility to take a look at those guns and make sure they're not real? And the other thing, why are there real bullets on the set? Kind of explain that to us, because I don't know. I'm lost.
Yeah.
I don't think the prosecutor can win. I just don't see it.
I don't understand that either, man. I don't understand how they can. I mean, look, he's an actor, okay? He has the prop, and yes, he has his finger on the trigger. He's an actor, okay? Why do you have? First off, do you have live rounds on the set? Secondly, they should have people. If they don't have people, which I was told that they did have people who checked those. They were in charge of the props, that they checked the weapons. Yeah, right. That they're supposed to check those things. How a live round got on set, it's beyond me. Not only just that, and that the Bruce Lee's kid died the same way. And I'm going, wait, how do you get live round? I remember when we used to do law enforcement, when we used to do those enactments, and we had to go in and search a building, how they would stop us, and everybody, before you got a certain point, was you had to take everything out your pocket, everything. And because we were doing fake rounds, so nothing live came in beyond that one, the safe area. And we never had an accident. I mean, you know, we were using blank rounds. So if someone shot you with a shotgun, you heard it. You know, you didn't feel it, but you heard it. And so, but because they had the perimeter, and no one got past the perimeter with anything other than what that one person said you can get in with, then we didn't have accidents. I don't know why there's nothing like that on a set. That's crazy.
I just don't get it. He bought a live, somebody bought a live round on the set. Someone took the very same live round and put it into the weapon.
They were saying, well, we were out having fun practicing with then you shouldn't have been. You know, those are props for a movie. You shouldn't have been. I don't care if they say, oh, well, if that happens, sometimes it shouldn't happen. Those are props for a movie.
Yeah, I just don't understand why it's his fault. Why has he been charged with involuntary manslaughter?
I don't understand why he's being, convicted. I mean, it's charged. I don't understand that either. I'm like, well, he had his finger on the trigger, but involuntary manslaughter. Wait a minute. You know, the guy is an actor. Unless he had, I don't know. I don't see why he was charged with. Now, the person that's in charge of the props,
and armory,
I gotta have a conversation with them.
Or is it consistent throughout the industry, Don, that everyone who has a gun, before they fire the gun, the individual should check the gun themselves, make sure it's not live ammo in there, and then with the layman's eye, how would you know whether it's live or not?
Oh, that is an excellent question. That is an excellent. I've been in court a lot, and that was good. That was good. Not for myself, corporation court guys. But yeah, that was
full
really
disclosure,
good.
not for himself.
Yeah, full disclosure, never for myself. Just this corporations I work for. But yeah, that was a good question. So yeah, that again, how's he supposed to know? He's a layman eye, he's an actor. He's not an armorist. So I don't understand that one at all,
Hopefully,
unless there's
Don will
something
get
that,
back with us and answer those questions for us and bring us to
yeah,
light in this
Don.
whole area.
Come on, Don. You have an open, you can just drop in sometime. Let us know. We'd be like, yeah, all right. So what else on the lightning round, man?
I think you got me on those. I'm done. I just had those three on my paper here.
Good. That's good. You got with the first. I keep getting DeSantos and Santos. I keep getting those names mixed up. And
Yeah, I should have said his full name, Ron DeSantis, but I
yeah,
didn't.
then I would have said, oh, right, yeah, sleazy, real sleazy, sleazy, man. Come on, real sleazy. One thing I do want to talk about is for the first time in history, there's a Native American woman astronaut who's actually taking a walk into space for the United States right now. Her name is Nicole Mann, and she is a Marine colonel, and she's a test pilot. And I give major props to her and major props to them for her doing what she's doing as a Native American. And she's part of the Waulaki Waulaki of the Roundtree Valley tribe. And hats off to her, man. And I'm just want people to, because they would have went by. People, I would have never known it, but I was looking for different things other than politics to talk about. But I'm glad I did
Sorry,
find that.
guys.
I know. Glad I did find that though. But
Yeah.
anyway, so how your book doing, man?
It's doing quite well. I'm gonna share something with you guys. Hopefully, I can share it. 1 second. Host. Oh, my sharing that is this.
What?
Is this
Oh,
paper.
come on, man. I could have swore I did that. Okay, we got to do that for later because I have to be taking some time to do it.
Yeah, I was just gonna show the picture of the Spanish book, but it's all right. It's the Spanish version.
You guarantee you get it next week. I can't because I'm gonna be sitting here trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
I thought I had taken that off. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, the Spanish version is all complete, the outside, inside. Now they're doing some final touches, but it looks good. Of course, I can't read Spanish. It could say any damn thing. So who knows what it says?
Oh,
I had a person read it and they told me it was correct, but hey, how do I know? I don't know.
Yeah, I actually I know a young lady that speaks like 7 different languages. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, yeah. I don't know anybody that smart. I only know people who can barely speak a couple.
Look, man. Look, she was she was a good friend of my daughter's, and yeah, she speaks several different languages, and she's an interpreter actually in Vegas. So
is that right? Okay.
But go ahead.
Yeah, that was it. That was all.
Okay, so anyway, that's good. It's great. Well.
It's great. The Spanish version should be out, I believe, next week. So it's all done. I just made the final approvals on everything. So it looks really good. Again, it's in all Spanish, which is I'm very, very, very happy about that portion of that.
That is great.
And get a few checks every month. That's nice too. Well, not every quarter. That's nice also.
And you know what, man, is far too often we forget about our Latino brothers and sisters, and just like our Asian brothers and sisters, we forget about them far too often. So I think that's a great thing that you did that to have it put in Spanish. And I have a lot of friends that speak Spanish, they're bilingual, and I think that by itself is a feat, speaking 2 languages, because I can barely do one, and I've been to school supposedly to learn how to speak. I did learn Japanese for a while.
While I was working. Well, you had to use in Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii and I was working for a Japanese firm. So they taught me conversation. But the thing is, if you don't use it, you lose it. And that's the whole thing. When I was immersed in it, I was really good. I was really impressed with how I could, just have a conversation.
Isn't it funny if you use it, if you don't use it, you lose it. But not the nasty words. You can always remember those damn things.
Yes, I know. I know. Those are the only ones that stick with you, right? You had to bring that up. Yes.
Yeah, the national. Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's it, man. Shoot. And you know what, man? I'm gonna have there's a thing that I'm gonna be bringing up. Is be called what is it? Everyday people doing extraordinary things. And I interviewed with Aurelia Williams the other day. She's my neighbor, actually. That's She's on Broadway, man. She's been on Broadway several times, Tony Awards and everything. And so I interviewed her and several other people I want to try to get interviewed so we can have that just a little bit. It's different than politics, but it'd be fun. It'd be really a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
You'd be one of them. So you, brother, you come, brother from Sintown that write a book and you write it in Spanish. So.
Please, bro. No one will listen to
me. You'd be surprised. I listen to you. Hey, brother, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Anyway, guys. Look, we're a little bit over, but still, we were still having fun. What else? You got a parting shot, man?
I don't, but I'm gonna tell you who won the week for me, and that's that damn Marjorie Taylor Greene. No, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene and Kevin McCarthy. Those two idiots won the week. I just have just no respect for either one of them. They just set back the governance of the United States or the democracy on its heel. It's just absolutely terrible what they're doing.
Neither one of them. Well, I know the notorious Marjorie Taylor Greene, the despicable Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's never governed before in her life. She doesn't know what governing means. She doesn't understand what governing means. She was taken off everything because she's an insurrectionist. Okay, she's a criminal, and she's in Congress. And this is, I mean, people may get mad at me. I'm serious. These people are criminals, and they're running our country. Think about that.
Yeah,
and think about that.
So that's about it for me.
And that's all for me, man. I'm just I'm disappointed with America right now. I'm disappointed with Congress. Disappointed, very, very disappointed. Y'all can do better than that. If you really tried. Like Richard Hall said, you can do better if you really tried.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all for me too, guys. Thanks a lot for listening to the weekly wrap up with Iohn Yancy. We will be back next week. And same time, same bats channel. No, okay. Everything, guys. Take care, you guys. Peace out now. Take care.